We are back here at Bossy Field for Game 3 of a three-game series in the rubber match between the Lake Erie Crushers and the Evansville Otters. Lake Erie pulled off a victory yesterday after a lot of lead changes. Otters were up by a couple. Lake Erie was up by a couple, but overall the three-run homer from Paven Parks in the top of the ninth inning brought Lake Erie over the top. They won 11-9 as Britton Sittinger got the save. And Junior Serta ended up earning his first loss of the season. Brings Evansville down to 50-33 as we hit you with the broadcast booth. Hey, how we doing? I'm Evan Patoka. It's very warm outside. I don't know if you can tell through the camera or anything, but it's very warm. Got a couple gentlemen behind me. TJ Salvaggio had himself another three-hit day. Marcos Gonzalez had that double. That scored 3 runs and gave the Otters the lead at the time. It was 8-6, but they weren't able to pull it off in the end. Take a look at the starters, though. Just saw Colby Morse swarming in the bullpen. Morse, he is off to a phenomenal start this season. He has a 1.82 ERA, 29 2/3 innings, coming off of 7 scoreless, and in his 4th straight quality start and 4th straight victory against Gateway. On the other side, it's Edwin Sanchez who's warming. The 5'7" lefty is at a 5.12 ERA and 63 1/3 innings. The only All-Star selection for Lake Erie this season, as he's facing off against Evansville for the second time. The Otters are looking to win a series here in Game 3 on a very hot Sunday afternoon. We'll take a look at the batting orders first for the visiting Lake Erie Crushers. It's Chase Nixon, the DH, leading off with Joe Redfield behind him in left field. Jerron Williams is in right field batting third. Paven Parks is in the cleanup spot yet again at third base. Garrett Pike is in center batting fifth. Jacob Tobias bats sixth. He's at first base today when he was catching yesterday. Luis Acevedo is at second, batting seventh. Nick Chavez is the catcher, batting eighth. And Angel Mendez, the emergency catcher yesterday, is now playing shortstop and starting here in Game 3 of the series. On the other side for Evansville, it's Ponder, Jones, Brown, and Gonzalez, the usual top 4. We saw yesterday Dennis Pearson, TJ Salvaggio, the top 2. That was a little bit weird. But now back to the normal lineup for the Otters. Blake Robertson hits 5th at first base. LG Castillo's in right field hitting 6th. Sam Linscott hits 7th in right field. Mark Black is catching, batting 8th. And TJ Salvaggio back to his normal 9 spots. Let's take a look at the umpires as the mound visit has pursued here. The umpire's wearing light blue today, probably a little bit of a lighter shade just to help with the sun because, oh, man. Have I told you it's hot? Because it's hot. Henry Schmulwitz is behind the plate calling the balls at strikes with Elliott Brown at first, and Alex Lowry, the crew chief, is at third. Otters are looking to win their 17th series of the season, 11th at home before an off day tomorrow, and heading to Washington to start a 3-gamer against the Wild Things on Tuesday. Otters defense is Castillo, Ponder, Linscott left to right, Gonzalez, Salvaggio, Jones, Robertson third to first, Mark Black doing the catching for Colby Morse. Same old stuff, really. Robertson moving from right field to first base with Linscott not playing yesterday. Robertson was in right, but now he's at first base. Dennis Pierce, the injury, he's getting the day off today. Same with Barthol, Quitzer, and Dirksen. They're not injured, but they are just getting the day off. On the other side for Lake Erie, it is Redfield, Pike, and Williams left to right field with Parks, Mendez, Acevedo, and Tobias third to first. Not sure how we're going to see. Not sure what we're going to see with Mendez at short, considering the fact he was the emergency catcher. He might just be a good utility guy. But Nick Chavez now actually the only catcher on the roster. They don't have an EC. They don't have anything like that. Mendez is here on the roster signed, as in a corresponding move, Nathan Archer was placed on the 7-day IL. He was rounding second after hitting a 2-run double and ended up, I guess, injuring himself to the point where he had to go on IL. Looking at the standings, Washington also lost to the Otters, still 6 games back in the division, but Florence won, and they're 1.5 games up on the Yalls. Lake Erie with their win, 22 games back, still at a 33-48. Over in the West, Schaumburg at a 47-36 record, 5 games up on Windy City. And Gateway with their win is 9 games back. Joliet and Mississippi is the bottom 2 as per usual, but Joliet just over because of a extra win, 33-50. Mud Monsters 32-50. Both teams though 3-7 in their last 10. New Jersey and New York are back tied at the top of the East Division. Sussex County is 3 games back, and Downey's 6.5 back. So that's going to be most likely the closest division in the Frontier League. It's just that fight between New York and New Jersey. Both of them will most likely make the playoffs, barring any sort of collapse. But it's all about who gets to host those playoff games. That's pretty crucial. Quebec, though, taking over the North, and Ottawa 10 games back now after they lost. So see what happens there in the North. But Trois-Rivières, Tri-City, and Lake Erie, as well as Mississippi, all nearing the elimination from playoff contention. Might even happen within the next week. The first game going on right now, besides Florence and Schaumburg, so we'll have that game. We'll see what happens there. It's already 3-1 Florence, as they are really getting to Buddy Pindell in Game 3 of their series. Joliet Windy City is also starting a little early. Same with New Jersey Sussex and Ottawa Gateway. The latest game, though, is Washington and Mississippi. They're starting at 6:01, the usual 6:01 Sundays at Trustmark Park. Remember when we had to play there at 6:01 on a Sunday? It was a very interesting dynamic because then we had to do the overnight bus. But either way, the Otters wearing the home whites today. The home whites, they're really good in them. 7-1. On the other side, the purple jerseys and the gray pants for Lake Erie. We'll send you to our PA announcer, Zane Claudefelter, as he announces the national anthem on the Otters Digital Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America's freedom, those who now protect it, and pay tribute to those who have made the ultimate sacrifice with the singing of our national anthem, performed this afternoon by Emma Remke. Today's game ball is delivered to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
And to say those two mythical, magical, wonderful words to start every Otters game. I got Logan Brown's little sisters down here, Adrian and Ari. I think you know what to say. What do we say?
Let's rock here in Game 3. It is warm, but we're still playing baseball. They still got to play baseball. Rain or, well, I guess we don't play baseball in the rain, but shine or very bright shine. We're still playing. Colby Morse, the starting pitcher for Evansville. He has a 1.82 ERA in 29 2/3 innings. He is coming off of 4 straight quality starts and 4 straight victories. He's at a 4-0 record. He's given up 6 earned runs in 29 2/3 innings, 10 walks, 14 strikeouts. Last outing was 7 scoreless against Gateway on the 11th through 107 pitches, and the Otters ended up shutting out Gateway in Game 1 of that series on Tuesday, and it was a 6-0 win. Ended up throwing a 7-inning complete game in Game 1 of the doubleheader last Thursday against Joliet on the 5th. Now pitching here on Sunday against Lake Erie after Lake Erie pulled off a Very nice victory in game 2. They scored 4 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. The Otters came back, though. Scored 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. Ended up taking the lead 6-5. Both teams traded 3-run innings in the 8th. It was 9-8 Evansville, but the 3-run homer from Pavin Parks at the top of the 9th put the Crushers on top, and Brandon Sittinger through the bottom half ended up earning his 4th win of the season. Chase Nixon is leading off today. Joe Redfield behind him, and then Jaron Williams. Yeah, Nixon got the day off yesterday. Finished 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts on Friday. Only his 6th game of the season with Lake Erie. Signed back on August 4th. He's only been here for 12 days on the team. A lot of lefties as per usual. Not as much, though, as recent games. Nixon, Redfield, Parks, Pike, Tobias lefties. And then Chavez, the switch hitter, hitting 8th. First pitch of the day is fouled away. 12:36. We're a minute late. It is hot. It is. 0-1 from Morse. A little high. Nixon so far off to a good start with Lake Erie. 6 for 19 and hitting in a .316 as a homer and 2 RBIs. Hit that homer in his first game with Lake Erie on the 5th against Mississippi. Ground ball up the middle. That's going to get into center field for a base hit. And Nixon leads off the top of the first inning with a single.
Batting second, left fielder, 16, Joe Redfield.
That'll bring up Joe Redfield. Not too big of a crowd here today at Bosse Field, and you can understand why. Hopefully that means more people are watching at home. Hello, everybody who's tuning in. First pitch from Morse to Redfield. Bunt drop down back to Morse. He'll throw to second and get that out. Good thinking from Colby Morse to get the leadoff man. Nixon's out at second base, and Redfield will reach on the fielder's choice. Out number 1. The problem is, though, Redfield leads the team in stolen bases, so there's a possibility that he takes second base. He has a stolen base in both games this series. Jaron Williams had a very nice Crushers debut. He got 3 hits, went 3 for 5, scored twice. There's a ground ball over to short. Toss to second for 1. On to first, and it's a double play. Double play is brought to you by the Hoosier Lottery. Play ball with the Hoosier Lottery, and please play responsibly. 6-4-3 gives Morse a 1-2-3 first inning. We'll head to the bottom half of the first. No score on the Otters Digital Network.
Otters fans, sounds like we have a pizza vendor at EVSE's Bosse Field tonight. He just got a hot crustaroni's pizza. Stop that Otter! Make some noise if you want that pizza. Looks like he found a lucky fan to give that pizza to. Congrats and enjoy that pizza from our friends at Saroni's.
Today's pitcher catcher battery for the Lake Erie Crushers. Edwin Sanchez is on the mound, and Chavez behind the plate. Pitcher catcher batteries powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East.
No score in the bottom of the first inning. Edwin Sanchez is the hitter. Or the pitcher. Sorry, the starting pitcher for Lake Erie, left-hander. He is at a 5.12 ERA in 63 and a third innings. He's given up 52 hits, 36 earned runs, has walked 43. It's been a little bit of an issue for him. This is the second time he's facing off against the Otters this season. Last start, though, was on the 11th against Florence. He threw 5 2/3, gave up 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Rookie coming from Guyama in the
Edward Jones. Leadoff
Puerto Rican
man of the
island,
game, center fielder, number 3,
but did
John
play collegiate
Ponder.
ball here in America. John Ponder leading it off. It's Monty Jones after him, and then Logan Brown. Sanchez against the Otters back on June 18th. 6 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, and got the win. So he pitched very well against the Otters. His first time around, as the first pitch will be called a strike. Sanchez threw 5 no-hit innings against Evansville, but then gave up a home run in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Ponder did not play in yesterday's game. 2 for 4 on Friday. Hitting at a 320 now, game number 70. Grounder over to second base. Acevedo will throw to first in time, and that's out number 1. That'll bring up Amani Jones.
Batting second, the second baseman, number 12, Amani Jones.
Amani Jones hitting .268 against lefties this season. 1 home run. And guess who that 1 home run was off of? This guy right here, Edwin Sanchez. This is the only one that got to Sanchez in his first start against the Otters. Hit a homer. See if he can do it again here. First pitch outside. He also has 6 doubles against lefties. 10 walks, 20 strikeouts. Hitting from the right side. Definitely hits a lot more from the left than the right side. Called a strike, and it's 1-1. Sanchez has 5 pitches. He has a fastball, 4-seam, and 2-seam, a changeup, slider, and a curveball. 1-1. Little high, and it's 2-1. So not throwing the fastest as Sanchez. Uses that 5-pitch mix to be consistent. And he's standing at 5'7". 2-1. Fly ball into center field. Pike backs up a step or two and makes the catch for out number 2. And the first 2 gone here in the bottom of the first on the side of Evansville. It'll bring up Logan Brown, first lefty-lefty of the day for Sanchez.
Number 28, Logan Brown.
Only 2 lefties in the lineup, Logan Brown and Blake Robertson. Barthol and Quitzer, both lefties on the bench. Logan Brown against lefties hitting .278. Foul tip. Might have caught a piece of Chavez, who's behind the dish. 1 for 4 yesterday. Hit a 2-run single, Logan Brown did. Upped his RBI total to 51. Oh, 1. Little high and inside. Sanchez signed with Lake Erie on May 27th after his last season with Bethune-Cookman. He was an all-star this season in his rookie year. That one's fouled away, and it's 1-2. He threw a scoreless inning with a walk in the all-star game. He's at a 6-5 record. He usually gets the decision in a lot of his outings. There's a fly ball into right field. Going under it is Williams, and that will get off the wall. Logan Brown is into second base, and he's got a 2-out double. Doubles brought to you by Deerhead Sidewalk Cafe and Bar. Logan Brown has his 13th of the season, and he's at second base with 2 outs for Marcos Gonzalez. First hit for Logan Brown off of Sanchez this season. Marcos Gonzalez up for the first time today. Two for 4 with 3 RBIs yesterday. That double that drove in 3 runs and then got out at third and then got tossed at third. One of the few players to get tossed this season. That is cranked. Deep left field, Marcos Gonzalez puts the Otters on the board. Number 10 on the year for Marcos Gonzalez. He's got 2 homers in this series, and the Otters have a 2-0 lead in the first inning.
Marcos Gonzalez.
431 on the distance. Gonzalez is on a heater.
Batting fifth, first baseman, number 31, Leighton Robertson.
Now Gonzalez, the 3rd member of the double-digit home run club. Number 10, as the first pitch is called a strike to Blake Robertson. Definitely up there with one of the longest homers hit here at Bosse Field. Seen a couple of very long ones hit elsewhere, like specifically remembering Dennis Pierce's 2, one at Lake Erie, and then one last week in Washington. Swing and a miss on the slider, and it's 1-2. Robertson 0 for 1 with a walk against Sanchez this season. Little outside. So Sanchez, that's the 5th homer he's given up this season. He's not given up multiple home runs in a game, but the last homer he gave up was on July 30th. That was at New Jersey. And that stadium gives up a lot of home runs. As the foul tip into the glove is strike 3, and Sanchez gets his first K of the day. Marcos Gonzalez hits one a mile, and the Otters have a 2-0 lead heading to the 2nd inning on the Otters Digital Network.
Escaped animals from Esker Park 2 and Botanic Gardens on the field. Luckily, we've got a giant mantis and a giant frog to round them up. Our mantis today is great. Our frog with sweaty arms is Maddie. Whoever gathers up the most animals will be your winner and get a pair of tickets to the zoo. Hold on a second. Okay, go. It's fine. Just go. Just go. Go ahead, go. She's like, get me out of this place. I'm ready. Just a few more to go. It's overflowing baskets. Just a right on left. You can do it. All right, let's count them and see who the winner is.
Hey Evansville, if you love the Evansville Otters, wait until you meet the ones at Esker Park Zoo.
It is the top of the 2nd inning. The Otters have a 2-0 lead early here in Game 3 of the series, looking to win a series against the Crushers. Good start, and Colby Morse is pitching with a lead for the first time today. He'll face off against Paven Parks, Garrett Pike, Jacob Tobias, 3 straight lefties to start the 2nd inning. Morse is on a now 8-inning scoreless streak, the highest scoreless streak for an Otter this season is 12. That was from Ryan Wiltsey. It was pretty recent, July 18th to August 2nd. Mentioned Ryan Wiltsey had a phenomenal July, and his August hasn't been too shabby either. But Morse's whole season has not been too shabby. His sixth start of the season. Started the career 2 1/3 innings, gave up 2 earned before getting taken out of the game with an injury. didn't end up being all too much. But since then, he has given up only 4 earned runs in the next 27 innings. Paven Parks takes strike 1, and it's a 1-1 count. Parks hit a 3-run homer that put the Crushers on top 11-9 in the 9th inning yesterday. Ended up finishing 2 for 4. Drove in 4 runs. Upped his team lead in home runs to 17 and RBIs to 67. Fouled away, and it's 1-2. Parks, the former Otter, pitched twice against him this season. Last year, hit 268 in 63 games with the Otters. Hit 8 homers, drove in 37 runs. Spent some time with Gateway, spent some time with Ottawa, spent some time with Washington. 1-2. Fly ball into left field. LG Castillo not having to move too much. He'll make the catch. And that's out number 1.
Batting fifth in center field, 20, Garrett Pike.
First lefty down, Garrett Pike. Second one to come up here in this inning. Hitting at a 293. 2 for 5. He has a hit in his last 5 games. Fights one off and pops it to Gonzalez, who makes the catch. And that's out number 2. Inside out swing right there.
Batting sixth at first base, 13, Jacob Tobias.
Just punches it over to the left side of the infield. One pitch, all it took to get out number 2, and now it's Jacob Tobias. First pitch from Morse. Called a strike. Tobias went 0 for 3 yesterday. Got taken out of the game for Nick Chavez. Tobias had 4 passed balls when he was catching yesterday. So it was a very unfortunate day defensively for him. 0-1. That is ripped into right field and down for a base hit. So Jacob Tobias gets a hold of one. He's got a 2-out single, his 57th hit of the year.
Batting seventh, second baseman, 8, Luis Acevedo.
That'll bring up Luis Acevedo. No option for a double play here. Double play ended the first inning. Still could get a ground ball and just get the 3rd out at second base. First pitch from Morse. Fly ball into center field. Ponders right there. And he'll make the catch for out number 3, a liner. Acevedo might have hit it a little too hard. Hung up a little too much, but a second inning of scoreless ball for Morse as we'll head to the bottom half. Evansville up 2-0 on the Otters digital network.
It's time to see who gets to upgrade to the Ashley Furniture Home Store Best Seats in the House. Unlucky winner gets to spend the rest of the game in the best seats in the house. A lot of people signed up once again this afternoon. A lot of worthy people to sit in the Ashley Furniture Best Seats in the House. Our lucky winner is going to be Ed Drake. Ed Drake, congratulations. You're the winner of the Ashley Furniture Home Store Best Seats in the House. Come on down and enjoy the view for the rest of the game with your feet picked up. I'd like to give a birthday shout out to Jace Blair. He is at the ballpark today celebrating his 13th birthday. On the count of 3, can we wish Jace a very happy birthday? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to Jace Blair. Celebrating birthday number 13. Just a couple more years and you get a drive. This This is the J.E. Shekel Armor Protection second inning, founded in 1978. J.E.
Second innings brought to you by J.E. Shekel Armor Protection. Founded in 1978, J.E. Shekel is the Tri-State's premier residential, commercial, industrial service and construction company. Edwin Sanchez gave up the two-run homer to Marcos Gonzalez in the first inning, and we stand at a 2-0 ball game. LG Castillo leads it off, Sam Linscott after him, and then Mark Black against the left-hander. Only the fifth homer given up by him this season. He's given up multiple earned runs now in every game except for 5.
Castillo.
He's given up multiple earned runs in each of his last 6 starts now. It's the first pitch to LG is a little outside for ball 1. LG on a 7-game hitting streak after going 1 for 5 with a run driven in yesterday. Called a strike, and it's 1-1. Hitting .335 still in his 59th game. Against lefties, he's in .293. Ripped down the line. That's going to be a fair ball all the way into the right field corner. Castillo's into second base, and he has a leadoff double.
That's a Tierhead. Double-decker double.
8th double of the season, second in this series, and Castillo's in scoring position with nobody out.
Batting 7th, the right fielder, number 5, Sam Linscott.
Otters have 3 hits today. All of them have been extra base hits. Sam Linscott up for the first time. He's hitting very good against left-handed pitching. .315 overall, but .352 against lefties. Chance to bring in a run here and extend the lead for Evansville. Fly ball off to the right side. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
That overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
Linscott, 29 RBIs this season. Ground ball over to second base. Acevedo will throw it on over to first. Out number 1, but Castillo will move to third. The Otters 90 feet away from bringing a third run across, and that'll bring up Mark Black. Mark Black with runners in scoring position, hitting .175, 7 for 40. With 1 out, though, he has a lot of ways he can bring that run home. First pitch from Sanchez is high for ball 1. First time Mark Black has seen action in this series. Went 2 for 3, though, in game 2 of the doubleheader back on Thursday. Hitting at a .237. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Against Lake Erie, he's hitting 1 for 10. 2 RBIs, 4 walks. Has Castillo at third here with 1 out. 1-1. Little inside for ball 2. TJ Salvaggio stands on deck. It's first time Mark Black has faced Sanchez this year. (2-1). In the dirt for ball 3. No walks yet for Sanchez. But he has had some issues with the walks. His season high in walks is 7. Did that back on the 30th of July against New Jersey. It was also when he gave up his last home run. It was 4 earned runs overall. But he's given up multiple walks in each of his last 6 games. And that is ball 4. So the first walk issued by Sanchez will put runners at the corners with 1 out for TJ Salvaggio.
Sidewalk, cafe, and bar. Batting 9th, the shortstop, number 19, TJ Salvaggio.
Salvaggio is also on a 7-game hitting streak. 3 for 5 yesterday, hit a double, drove in a run. First pitch from Sanchez shows the bunt, drops it down. Here comes Castillo to the plate. Race to first. Tag is applied. And that is out number 2. But But a squeeze, safety squeeze this time by Salvaggio works to perfection, and Castillo comes in to score. Got the bunt drop down, right down the first base line. Tobias really had nowhere to go besides first base. As it was a race to the bag, Tobias does end up tagging Salvaggio. Wonder if Salvaggio would have dove there, he would have made it in safely. Either way, run comes in. Salvaggio gets the RBI, and it's 3-0 Evansville. First pitch outside for ball one to John Ponder, who's back up for the second time today. Has Mark Black at second base after he advanced with 2 outs. Little high, and it's 2-0. 59th RBI of the season for TJ. Ponder runners in scoring position 449. OPS at a 1,137. Dude loves having runners in scoring position, but he has not gotten a pitch to hit quite yet. It's 3-0. See if Ponder takes here. We've seen a lot of the guys swing 3-0 recently. Sanchez kicks and fires, and it is ball 4. So the 7th straight start for Sanchez with multiple walks given up. As Ponder will take first base, that'll put 2 on with 2 outs for Amani Jones. And we will have a mound visit, so we'll quickly revisit the out-of-town scoreboard. Not too many games going on, but Florence is winning 3-1 over Schaumburg. And New Jersey already up 2-0 on Sussex. Joliet, Windy City still waiting to start there. After this series, Lake Erie is heading home to play Florence and also play the Schaumburg Boomers before they head on a 9-game road trip to Florence, here to Evansville, and then to Windy City, back home against Joliet to end the season. So far, they're 4-7 in August, 12-13 against their Central Division rivals, and 16-24 on the road after the win yesterday. Sanchez leading the team in walks, now with 45. They've won 1 series
Second baseman, number 12, Amani Jones.
since June 21st. They have somehow, though, won 2 series against Washington. Very interesting. First pitch will miss for ball 1. So the last 20 series for Lake Erie, they've won 2 of them. And both of them have been against Washington. Considering Washington's record, that is wild. So that will miss, and it's 2-0. Walk would load the bases for Logan Brown, who already has a double today. Jones flew out to center field in his first at-bat. 2-0. This is high for ball 3. Otters up 3-0 here in the bottom of the second inning, as Sanchez is struggling to locate here. 7 straight balls. 3-0. That will miss for ball 4. So 8 straight balls, and Sanchez has walked the bases loaded. Three walks, all of them in this inning for Sanchez.
Number 28, Logan Brown.
9th start with 3 walks or more. Sun really showing itself here on this afternoon game 3. First pitch to Logan Brown is popped up foul.
That overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it.
Logan Brown hit his 13th double of the season. Overall in his pro career, his 102nd career double. Back in the first inning. 0-1. There's a fly ball into right field. That'll drop in for a base hit. 1 run comes in. Ponder will score. Throw goes to third. Not in time. Jones sneaks in there. Logan Brown, a 2-run single, and the Otters lead at 5-0 in the second inning. Logan Brown 2 for 2, his second straight multi-RBI game. And the Otters have brought 5 across, not even through 2 innings yet. Offense is really showing itself, just like last Sunday against Washington. This Sunday, offense came to play. Gonzalez drove in the first 2 runs with a 2-run homer. Ended up going 430. No doubter for his 10th. Now has a chance to drive in another run here. Called a strike, and it's 1-1. Runners at the corners now. Jones taking third. Now with Brown at first. Otters in a good spot right now. 1-1. Called a strike inside edge. Makes it 1-2. Otters now 5 runs on 4 hits. No errors. Lake Erie has 0 runs on 2 hits. 5 runs earned to Sanchez. Only the 3rd time he's given up that many, as that's a foul ball. He gave up 5 against Windy City on July 5th in 3 innings, then gave up 6 against Joliet, which is his season high in 4 innings back on June 30th. The 5 earned he gave up, though, against Windy City, that he actually got the win in that one. 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. Sanchez gets his second K of the day, but the Otters score 3 more, and it is a 5-0 ball game heading to the 3rd inning on the Otters Digital Network.
From the first base side, it's time for our D-Bat home run derby. We've got Charlie out here on the field with his Memorial Baseball shirt on. He's gonna spin around the bat 10 times and smash that ball off the tee, over the top. Into the net if he can do so. He is a winner. You ready? Set, go! He's spinning back. Oh, too bad. Oh, nice hard grounder. D-Bat is Evansville's premier, locally owned indoor baseball and softball training facility. Experience top-notch batting cages, automated pitching machines for baseball, fast pitching, slow pitch, softball, personalized lessons, exciting games, unforgettable birthday parties, and a pro shop filled with everything you need. Powered by Rawlings. D-Bat's located on O'Hara Drive here in the airport. Visit D-Bat 7 days a week for all your baseball and softball needs.
Hey, it's the top of the 3rd inning. If you take a look at the scoreboard, it's looking quite nice for Evansville, 5-0. Without Colby Morse has been pitching this year, 5 runs might be more than enough. But, of course, you want to get insurance, want to boost the stats, you want to up the run differential, just in case that's a factor. So, let's get 10. Let's get 15, maybe 20. We haven't gotten 20 yet. Colby Morse, though, facing off against Chavez, Mendez, and Nixon to start the 3rd inning, 8-9-1. Nick Chavez came in as a defensive replacement for Jacob Tobias. Ended up not getting an at-bat in, a recorded at-bat. Scored a run, though. First pitch from Morse. A little high in a way for ball 1. Chavez, 24 years old. He's from Duncanville, Texas. Was at Oklahoma Wesleyan for 4 years, then Texas A&M International in 2024. A little outside. He signed with Lake Erie out of the California Winter League. He was with the Alberta Grizzly 4 for 23 in 11 games, walked 8 times, struck out 4. Lake Erie decided to give him his first pro deal after he didn't play baseball in 2025. Called a strike, and it's 2-1. That's from a signing out of the California Winter League to being the only catcher on the roster. That'll miss. No walks yet given up for Morris. Also no strikeouts. He doesn't really strike out too many guys. His season high is 5. But he has walked multiple batters in 4 of his 5 starts. There's a fly ball into right center field. Ponder will move, converge with Lynn Scott, and make the catch for out number 1. I'll bring up Angel Mendez.
2, Angel Mendez.
This is Mendez's first game since June 7th. He's been the emergency catcher, technically not on the roster, but he's been with the team. Only his 7th game of the year, but he's been here for pretty much the entire season, just as the bullpen/emergency catcher. But he's playing shortstop this time. Hasn't really gotten much hit to him yet. He hasn't had a real test over there, but Mendez, 26 years old, from Lakeland, Florida. Hitting 2 for 12 in those first 6 games. A little low, and it's ball 2. Both of those hits, though, came on June 2nd against Trois Rivières. He was on the roster for the Canada road trip because of all the visa inactives that Lake Erie had to do. So him and Chavez had to split time behind the dish. Now that's what they're doing now with Vegas and Gonzalez both gone. 3-0 here to Mendez. 2 walks, 7 strikeouts this season. 3-0 from Morse is a little high for ball 4. So 4-pitch walk issued to Mendez. Lake Erie has a base runner in all 3 innings, have not brought in a run just yet. It's back to the top of the order in Chase Nixon. Mentioned earlier, Nixon, the son of Trot Nixon, was on the Red Sox for a long time, World Series champion in 2004. Baseball, Red Sox Hall of Fame, but also played with the Indians in 2007 and the Mets in 2008. It's one of those weird ones where you see a player just with one uniform, but you realize later that they played for another team. It's kind of like Ken Griffey Jr. with the White Sox. It's like that just feels wrong. Feels wrong, you know? What would be a good modern day version of that? Maybe Max Scherzer on the Blue Jays? One 0. Runner goes. Called a ball. Throw to second base from Logan Brown is going to get past Salvaggio, but backed up by Amani Jones. Mendez has his first stolen base of the season. No runner at second here with 1 out. Morris is struggling a little bit to locate here in the 3rd inning, but he's managed to get that first out so far. Runner on second, though, for Nixon. 2-0 pitch is called a strike. Maybe Nolan Arenado on the Diamondbacks would be a good one there. Just a jersey that feels wrong on a person. Ichiro with the Marlins. That didn't happen. That wasn't real. 2-1. Fly ball into left field. 3 guys running after it. Castillo calls everybody off. Salvaggio and Gonzalez are both running towards it. And he'll make the catch for out number 2.
Left fielder, 16, Joe Redfield.
Joe Redfield now up. Morris trying to keep that runner at second base and keep the Crushers off the board here. Otters up 5-0. 2 in the first, 3 in the second. Offense has been looking good so far in game 3. First pitch from Morse is called a strike to Redfield, and it's 0-1. Redfield had a dad who played in the MLB, Joe Redfield. Yeah, another Joe Redfield. He was with the Angels in 1998, the Pirates in 1991. Throw back to second is not in time. It's got to be so cool to have a parent who just played in the league. Yeah, my dad was on the Angels once. My dad was on the Pirates. Like, what? What do you mean your dad was in the MLB? What? He wasn't too much of a slouch himself. He was a 4th-round pick in 2023, Redfield. Redfield Jr., that is. Blooper over the leap of Amani Jones into right field for a base hit. Run will come in as Mendez will score. And Joe Redfield has brought in the first run of the day for Lake Erie. It's 5-1.
Sharon Williams.
Just got over the leap of Jones at second base. A run does come in, so no scoreless, but still opportunity for a quality start, number 5 for Morse. If he just goes 5 innings with the Otters offense, how they've been performing so far, it's looking likely that they're going to take this one. But it is only the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss. Bat goes flying again. Otters are doing it so much it's now spreading to other teams. Williams down 0-1 here. Williams, Corpus Christi, past couple seasons, the AA for the Astros, but was also in the Arizona Fall League last year. A little high, and it's 1-1. He was with the Scottsdale Scorpions. He hit 146 in 14 games. He was teammates with Kevin McGonigal. He was also teammates with Nate Wolgamuth. A couple of legends right there, Kevin McGonigal and Nate Wolgamuth. The dudes got a lot in common. That one's inside, and it's 2-1. Williams played at college with Toledo. Two-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. 403 average in 2023 with Toledo. He was the MAC Player of the Year. First team selection, of course. Second team All-American. ABCA All-Region selection. He's set a school record with 49 stolen bases. He's 49 of 53. 2-2. Grounder to short. Salvaggio flips to Jones, and that's out number 3. No run comes in for Lake Erie on the RBI single from Joe Redfield, but the Otters still lead at 5-1 on the Otters Digital Network.
Who's ready to show off some muscle? Well, I hear that Justin is ready to show off some muscle. He is our next competitor in the Indiana Air National Guard push-up competition. All season long, fans have been competing to see who's at the top of the pile. Whoever is there at the end of the year wins a pair of season tickets for the 27 campaign. The record now is at 57. You can do it. You can do it. You got 30 seconds. Get down
It is indeed
This is the Precision
bottom of the
Pest
third
and
inning.
Wildlife third inning. Every great team brings precision to the field. We bring it to your
Third inning is brought to you by Precision Pest and Wildlife. Every great team brings precision to the field. We bring it to your home and business. Call 812-993-3341 or visit precisionpestwildlife.com. PRECISIONPESTWILDLIFE.com. Let's elevate the standard together.
31, Blake Robertson.
Blake Robertson up. He's leading it off. Robertson, Castillo, and Linscott against Edwin Sanchez here in the third inning. He's given up 5 runs in 2 innings, 4 hits, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. First pitch is a little outside for ball 1. Robertson struck out to end the first inning. One 0 is going to miss a little low. Sanchez was at Bethune-Cookman this season. In his collegiate ball, he had a 3.17 ERA and 76 2/3 innings. Inside, it's ball 3. That'll miss, and it's ball 4.
That's into your head. Sidewalk, cafe, and bar.
4th walk issued by Sanchez.
The left fielder, number 6, LG Castillo.
Oh, runner on first here with nobody out in the bottom of the third inning. Otters looking to score some more runs. Fouled away by LG, and it's 0-1. Sanchez, Bethune-Cookman in Daytona Beach, Florida, was the SWAC Pitcher of the Year, all SWAC first team selection. The first SWAC Pitcher of the Year selection since Bethune-Cookman joined the conference. That one's called a strike, and it's 0-2. Most wins by a starter in program history as well, 11 of them, 11-2 record. Check swing foul. Down the first base side. Bethune-Cookman this season finished 38-20. Got upset, though, in the SWAC tournament by the 8th-seeded Arkansas Pine Bluff. So they didn't get a chance to go to the regional. 1-2 here to Castillo. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. Third strikeout for Sanchez. That's out number 1 in the bottom of the third inning.
The right fielder, number 5, Sam Linscott.
Sam Linscott rounded out to second base in his first at-bat. He's got Robertson at first with 1 out. High fly ball into right center field. Garrett Pike will call off Williams and make the catch for out number 2. So 2 down after the leadoff walk. That'll bring up Mark Black. Sanchez last season, 3.05 ERA and 82 2/3 innings, was the SWAC newcomer of the week. February 26th, second in the conference in strikeouts. It's the all-SWAC second team selection. Before that, he spent 2 seasons at El Paso Community College. First pitch here from Sanchez to Black is high for ball 1. So only 5 other games this season for Sanchez with 4 walks or more. The only game with more than 4 walks was the one in which he walked 7. Fly ball into foul ground. Tobias will make the catch, and that's out number 3. So leadoff walk for Sanchez, but he still throws a scoreless inning. First one of the day for him. We'll head to the fourth. Otters up 5-1 on the Otters Digital Network.
It's time to build a sub. Brought to you by Jersey Mike's. Over on the third base side, we got Micaiah. Over here is Gabriel. Gabriel tells me he's never made a sandwich before, so hopefully he's got the. They're gonna spin around the bat 10 times. They're gonna build with bacon, lettuce, and tomato between 2 pieces of bread. Deliver to their Annabelle or Mary. And the first one to do so will be a winner. You ready over there? You ready over here? Yeah. All right. Let's go. That's interesting strategy on third base. Gabriel's building. He's got the bacon. Got the lettuce. Tomato. Got the bun. Your winner at first base side is Gabriel. Don't give up over there. There we go. All food's been delivered. The only way to taco sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the only way to get it is at Jersey Mike's because authentic ingredients make a sub above. Jersey Mike's located at 939 North Burkhardt Road, right here in
Evansville up 5-1 as we enter the fourth inning. Colby Morse pitching like Colby Morse does. It'll be Parks, Pike, Tobias. 3 lefties leading off in the fourth against Morse. Sun's really shining today. It's only going to get hotter as the game goes on. It's now 1:30. Pavin Parks leading off. He had a fly out to left field in his first at bat. Parks spent his collegiate years with Kent State. 272 average, 54 games, also threw 25 2/3 innings. The two-way Player of the Year award watch list in 2019. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. His first league was actually the Pioneer League. He was with the Ogden Raptors in 2021. That was fresh off of the NCAA, or not the NCAA, the MILB, getting rid of a lot of their teams, including the Pioneer League. That's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. So this was the Ogden Raptors in their first season out of affiliated ball. Hit .330, 95 games, also threw 9 2/3 innings. And played a few seasons with Tri-City. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. 2022, he had a good season with Tri-City. 284 average, 17 homers, 67 RBIs, which coincidentally is the same exact stat line he has right now. Was a Frontier League All-Star selection and won the All-Star Game MVP. One, two. That is a liner into right field for a base hit. And Pavin Parks leads off the fourth with a single.
Center fielder 20, Garrett Pike.
Man on to lead off the fourth. That'll bring up Garrett Pike. Pike with Parks on first. Parks 13 for 16 now on stolen base attempts. First pitch from Morse is just going to miss outside. Pike, 23 years old. He's from Toledo. He spent his last season, though, with Louisville, the last collegiate year, hit .297. He's already played in 3 leagues in his pro career. 1-0. Bunt dropped down the first base line. Robertson will let it go foul, and it's 1-1. So after Louisville, he was with the Yuba Sutter High Wheelers and then the Lexington Legends to finish 2025, and now he's here in the Pioneer League. So he just has to join the American Association, and then he'll have done the Grand Slam of Indie Ball. 1-1. Fly ball into left field. Castillo fighting the sun out there. He'll make the catch, though, not having to move too much. Out number 1 is Parks will head back to first base. 1 down now. Jacob Tobias has one of the 4 hits for Lake Erie. Nixon has a single. Redfield has a single. Parks has a single. And Tobias has a single. Those are the only 4 hits of the day for the Crushers. Otters also have 4 hits, but they have 5 runs because of the amount of walks. First pitch a little low for ball 1. Tobias' best season with Arizona State was 2024. He hit .322, led the team in RBIs with 58. That is ripped into the gap in right center field. Cut off over there, though. And no advance to third for Parks. As Linscott was able to cut it off. Keep Tobias to a single. He's 2 for 2 today.
Second baseman, 8, Luis Acevedo.
So 2 on with 1 out for Luis Acevedo. Parks on second now with Tobias on first. Just the 1 out on the pike fly ball to left field. Otters have a decent lead, 5-1, but Lake Erie is threatening here in the 4th inning. Still a lot of time for them to get some runs across. First pitch will miss for ball 1. Acevedo from Caracas in Venezuela. It's the capital of Venezuela. A lot of good Venezuelan players from there. Andres Galarraga, Freddie Garcia, K-Rod, Gleyber Torres, Omar Vizquel. Little low, and it's 2-0 to Acevedo. Walk would load the bases with 1 out for the lefty in Chavez. The switch in Chavez, batting from the left side. 37 RBIs this season for Acevedo. 2-0. Both runners are going to go. Throw to third is not in time, as Gonzalez had to just make sure that didn't get past him. Double steal. Parks will take third, and Tobias will take second. 2 on in scoring position now with 1 out. Acevedo hitting .288. 15 for 52 with runners in scoring position this season. He faces a 3-0 here against Morse. As Morse will kick in fire. That'll miss for ball 4. So that'll load the bases with 1 out now for Nick Chavez.
The catcher, 28, Nick Chavez.
Chavez representing the tying run here. Coming up to the plate. He doesn't have a home run yet this season, though. Mound visit here between Morse and Mark Black. Quick check of the out-of-town scoreboard. Schaumburg has scored 4 in the 4th, and they now lead Florence 5-3. Sussex is down 3-1 to New Jersey, and Windy City's finally getting started against Joliet. It's 2-0 over there. The Otters a comfortable lead, 2 runs in the first, 3 in the second, but the tying run is now up in Chavez. Still, 1 double play can get them out of this here in the 4th inning. First pitch to Chavez is a little high for ball 1. Parks is on third. Tobias is on second. Acevedo's on first with 1 out. 1-0 pitch from Morse. Curveball hits the zone, and it's 1-1. Chavez flew out to center field in his first at-bat. Does that again, and that would most likely bring in Parks from third. 1-1 here from Morse. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Another good breaking ball from Morse. Now in a good count, 1-2 for him. Strikeout would be a big out number 2 here. Chavez has 22 strikeouts already this season, as time will be called. Chavez, this is his 5th at-bat with the bases loaded. He's 2 for 4 in his last ones. 1-2 from Morse. Reaches out and fouls it off to the left side. We'll do it again at 1-2. Morse at 48 pitches now. Through 3 1/3, not too bad. Sanchez on the other side is at 57 through 3. Another 1-2 from Morse. Another one fouled away to the left side. Just trying to go to that curveball again, and Chavez found a way to foul it away after swinging and missing it 2 straight earlier in the at-bat. Another 1-2 here from Morse. Hey, struck him out. Big out number 2 for Morse. His first strikeout of the day is out number 2, and the bases remain loaded now for Angel Mendez.
Shortstop 2, Angel Mendez.
Just got to get this last out and leave the bases loaded here. Keep it at a 5-1 game. Mendez walked in the 3rd inning. Ended up coming around to score the only run so far for Lake Erie. First pitch from Morse is just outside. 1-0 here to Mendez. That will miss for ball 2. Mendez, this is his first season since 2022. He was with American International. Spent his entire collegiate career with American International. Hit .356 his last season. Second team all-conference selection. Hasn't gotten too much playing time this season with the Crushers. Big opportunity here. 2-0 is ripped down the line. Look out.
Just a friendly reminder to keep an eye out for foul balls.
That one got off the brick wall and is now in left field. 96. That was very close to a group of people sitting over there. Always got to be vigilant. We don't want somebody getting domed. Two-1 here from Morse. That is high and in for ball 3. Walk would bring a run in here and make it 5-2. Also put back up the top of the lineup for the 3rd time. Morse has 10 walks. 2 today makes it 12, and now 15 strikeouts. That is called strike 2, and now it's a full count with 2 outs. Everybody's going to be running. Parks over at 3rd. Tobias at 2nd. Acevedo at 1st. 2 outs. Big chance here for Morse to keep it 5-1. His payoff, he kicks and fires, everybody goes, and that is going to hit him. Would have been ball 4 either way, but Mendez gets hit by the pitch. That'll bring a run in, and it is 5-2. Max Peterson going to come out there. No pitching change yet. Nobody's warming in the bullpen. Just a regular old mound visit. Top of the lineup now up in Chase Nixon. 1 for 2, singled in the 1st inning, flew out to left field in the 3rd. Sure, Max Peterson going out there just to tell him to calm down a little bit. This is a still his first season. You know, Morse has been pitching well, but hasn't been in too many jams like this season. So just telling him to relax a little bit, keep it calm, keep it cool. Still up by 3. As it's 5-2. Nixon up now. He has a homer already this season. It's his only extra base hit, though, of the year. And now in his 6th game. See how he does here against Nixon. See if the Otters also can get that run back. It was 5-0, and now it's 5-2. As Sanchez threw a scoreless bottom of the 3rd inning. Tobias now stands on 3rd. Acevedo at 2nd with Mendez at 1st. For Mendez, the hit by pitch was only his 2nd RBI of the season. First pitch from Morse to Nixon is called a strike. The 0-1. Morse taking his sweet time here. Makes sense as he's trying to get out of a jam. Called strike 2. 1 strike away from doing so. You're only giving up the 1 run. Season high in earned runs is 3. He's given up multiple earned runs only twice, though, this season. Now 3 times after the 2 come in here for Lake Erie. That will miss low and away, and it's 1-2 to Nixon. Nixon was at NC State for 3 seasons, then Memphis in 2025. He finished hitting .365 in 54 games with the Tigers. Teammates with a lot of guys on Mississippi. There are a lot of Memphis guys on Mississippi's roster. 1-2 from Morse. That is into right field for a base hit. 1 run will come in. Stop sign at 3rd, and now they're caught up in between 2nd and 3rd. Throw to the plate is in time. Nice throw it short from TJ Salvaggio. A run does come in to make it 5-3. But the Otters do get out number 3 as we will head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Evansville up 2, but Lake Erie threatening here. It's 5-3 on the Otters Digital Network.
It's time to show us your best smiles for the HRI Dental Smile Cam. Over 300,000 members trust HRI Dental, based right here in the Hoosier state of Indiana. HRI Dental has been ensuring smiles for more than 37 years. Keep smiling with HRI Dental. Also, a round of applause for our volunteer on this hot summer day as they help brush off the bases. Look at those pearly white shine. Nice showing of our group outing. Great to have them with us here at the ballpark. We'll say hello in left field to Massameyers. Group of over 50 there in left field. Great to have them with us. Enjoy your afternoon here at the ballpark. The Evansville Thunderbolts Booster Club. They're in section 17. So we say hello to them. The Rashi family, they're in right field. And on the Corona Extra patio deck. The Wall family. They need those umbrellas today with the sun shining brightly here at 23.9 Ray. But hello to all of our group outings and saying thank you to Jeff Alex, our Jude Gavin Berry, Queen Elsa, for throwing out first pitches. And again, a happy birthday to Jace Blair, who's here at the ballpark as well. This is the Sheet Metal Workers Local 20. 4th inning. For 138 years, Sheet Metal Workers have led the way in sheet metal industries like heating and air, architectural, industrial, and more. Visit smart20evansville.com for more information, and don't forget about those special
4th innings brought to you by Sheet Metal Workers Local 20. For 138 years, Sheet Metal Workers have led the way in sheet metal industries like heating and air, architectural, industrial, and more. Visit smart20evansville.com for more information.
Number 19, TJ Salvaggio.
Lake Erie's on the verge of a comeback here. Otters up 2, but they were up 5. See if they can get a couple more runs here and build that lead back up. First pitch from Sanchez is called a strike. It's Salvaggio, Ponder, and Jones. 9-1-2 leading it off. A little low, and it's 1-1. Salvaggio grounded out to first. There's a safety squeeze that brought a run in from third, and now he has his 59th RBI of the year. There's a fly ball into deep left field. Going back on, it is Redfield. It is gone. Number 13 for TJ Salvaggio. He took a very inside pitch and sent it 363 feet from home plate over the wall.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 19, TJ Salvaggio.
There's a way to instantly get a run back there for the Otters. Back up by 3. It's 6-3.
Edward Jones.
Now back to the top of the order. Edward Jones leadoff batter, John Ponder. That's the first time this season Edwin Sanchez has given up multiple homers in a game. The Otters have been hitting homers left and right this week. Going back to last Sunday, they hit 3 homers against Washington. Have had a homer in 6 of the 7 games they've played in. Going back to the 2 shutouts last week against Washington. The 10-1 win, they had 3 homers. They also had 3 homers against Gateway on Tuesday. There's a ground ball over to short. Mendez, long throw. That's going to get way over the head of Tobias, and Ponder's going to head to second base. So the E6 will allow Ponder to reach scoring position. That was a wild throw from Mendez. And error number 69 for Lake Erie. They're only 12th in errors in the Frontier League. Mendez, the former emergency catcher, not off to the best start at shortstop today. Lonnie Jones. I'm going to bring in a 7th run here. First pitch, a little inside, a little high for ball 1. Now Jones is 0 for 1, has a fly out to center and a walk. Has Ponder on second base with nobody out to start the bottom of the 4th. And there's a base hit into right field. Ponder, a little bit of a late start. He'll stop at third as the throw comes in. But Amani Jones, his first hit of the day. Runners are at the corners with nobody out for Logan Brown.
Designated hitter, number 28, Logan Brown.
Sanchez tied his season high in earned runs given up with that homer from Salvaggio, and we'll have another mound visit here. There's still nobody warming in the bullpen for Lake Erie. See if people start moving around there. Just a mound visit, though, for Sanchez. Tyre infield as well with him. The Otters back up by 3 after the homer from Salvaggio. His 13th. Really catching up with Dennis Pierce now. And Pierce hit his 14th a couple days ago. Salvaggio, though, his 6th solo home run, his 10th year at home. Or sorry, his 4th against a lefty and his 7th at home. That's his 3rd homer, though, in his last 5 games. And he extends his hitting streak to 8. A bit of a longer mound visit. It always takes a little bit longer when the coaches get involved. Schaumburg's up 7-3 on Florence. They have the bases loaded with nobody out in the 5th inning. So that might be a little bit of a blowout there between Schaumburg and Florence. Corners in here. First pitch to Logan Brown. Bunt show. Drop down. Here comes Ponder. No play there. Throw to first is in time. Heading to third is Jones. Nobody was covering. And great base running all around. The Otters have taken a 7-3 lead.
Third baseman, number 2.
Ah, the old safety squeeze. It always works. It has never not worked. Don't prove me on that. Don't quote me, but it's always worked. First pitch is a little low for ball one. Everybody knew it was coming. And yet it still works. It's wild. It's wild how that happens. 1-1 to Gonzalez. So Monty Jones advanced to second, took third. Nobody was covering over there. He's now 90 feet away from an 8th run coming in. Talk about a response. 2 runs from Lake Erie in the top half. The Otters immediately come back and score 2 of their own, and they're back up 4. See if they can get that 5-run lead back, their largest lead of the day. There's a ground ball. It's going to get under the glove of Parks into left field for a base hit. Jones will come in to score, and Marcos Gonzalez has his 3rd RBI of the day. It is 8-3 Evansville.
First baseman, number 31, Blake Robertson.
Blake Robertson, 0 for 1, has a strikeout and a walk today. And a liner over to second. Throw back is not in time. There's a catch by Acevedo for out number 2. Quick thinking, though, from Gonzalez to get back to first base. Take a look at the throw. Tobias wasn't even covering. He wasn't even covering the bag.
Number 6, LG Castillo.
2 outs. Runner on first, and LG Castillo will step up to the plate for the 3rd time today. Is a double. He came around to score in the 2nd inning and then struck out in the 3rd. Popped up. Foul. 8 runs, 7 earned for Sanchez, his season high in a game this season. After throwing 5 hitless at Forefront Field a couple months back, the Otters are really getting to him today. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. So, well, Morse is definitely smiling ear to ear on the bench, knowing that he still has a 5-run lead again. 3 runs coming in here for Evansville in the bottom of the 4th inning. This time is called. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 3. 4th K for Sanchez. 3 more runs, though, come in for Evansville. The solo homer from Salvaggio. The safety squeeze from Logan Brown, and the RBI single from Marcos Gonzalez puts the Otters up 8-3, heading to the 5th inning on the Otters Digital Network.
Evansville Otterville.
Otters bring in 3 more runs as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Colby Morse has given up a tied season high 3 earned, but the offense has really had his back so far today, bringing in 2 in the first, 3 in the second, and 3 in the fourth, and it is 8-3. Leading off the top of the 5th is Redfield, Williams, and Paven Parks. See if Morse can settle down here, throw a scoreless 5th inning, keep the bullpen clean and ready to go. Still, surprised nobody's warming in the bullpen for Lake Erie. Just kind of let Sanchez stay in there. He's given up 7 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned runs. 8 runs, 7 earned, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts in 4 innings. So we'll see if we get somebody warming in there pretty soon. But Redfield leads it off. He had an RBI single in the 3rd inning. Made it 5-1. He also reached on a fielder's choice. First pitch called a strike. Redfield from Waco, Texas. 4th round draft pick in 2023. He hit .249, 187 games in the minor leagues. Released earlier this season by the Rocket City Trash Pandas. A little high, and it's 1-1. Rocket City, the highest he went in the minor league system for the Angels, Double-A. That will miss. It's 2-1. I think Morse might be having some issues with the mound a little bit. Last couple pitches, he's been looking down to his release spot. 2-1. There's a strike, and it's 2-2. I drafted out of high school, but Redfield was committed to Georgia for the 2024 season before he got drafted. Sam Houston State, though, in 2023, he hit .402 in 61 games, got exactly 100 hits. Hit 15 homers, drove in 56 runs, and was 21st in batting average in the entire country. Horses 2-2. Little high for ball 3. First team all whack. So a D1 Central All-American and a All-American 3rd team from the ABCA. 3-2. That is down the line, a fair ball. It's going to get all the way into Sammy's corner. As heading into second base, his Redfield throw comes in. Leadoff double for Joe Redfield. He is 2 for 3 today. Runner in scoring position to start the 5th inning for Lake Erie. Looking like we might be in the works of a game like yesterday where everyone is just scoring all the time. Luckily, Otters are outscoring Lake Erie so far. Redfield's on second base. Williams is 0 for 2 after his 3 for 5 day in yesterday's match. Grounded into a double play to end the 1st inning. Grounded into a fielder's choice to end the 3rd. First pitch is fouled away off to the right side. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Even after the loss, the 9 runs that the Otters put up raised their team average back up to 300, second behind Quebec. Quebec hitting at 304. Kind of crazy, but that's also the reason why they're 56-26 currently. Little low, and it's 1-1. Otters so far 9-6 in August. They went 16-1 in August last season. Won 9 straight games in August. Still ended up finishing 40-56. I mentioned in July they went 3-21, so part of the reason there. Ended up with a big old losing streak in July. 12 games. It was a season of very low lows and some high highs last year. This team definitely performing better record-wise and stats-wise than last year's team. His batting average, they were 13th. ERA, they were 15th. They have the third best ERA in the league right now. Morris will step off, and it's going to remain at 1-2 as Redfield heads back to second base. The pitching has usually been pretty good for Evansville. It's been the offense that was a bit of an issue last season, but they've definitely switched that up. That one's going to get away from Mark Black, and taking third base is Redfield. Run doesn't matter all too much. Otters still up by 5, but still, Lake Erie still finding ways to score here, even down 5 yet again. If you take a look at Lake Erie's rankings, they're a little bit on the other side compared to last season. And the Otters they have good stats this year, bad stats last year. Lake Erie, flipping them around, they have not great stats this season, decent stats last year. 2-2. It's going to miss for ball 3. This season, they're last in runs scored as well as hits, RBIs, and they are last in batting average at 254. On the pitching side, 4th most hits given up. They don't really give up too many home runs, though, contrary to the belief of this series. They've given up a lot of homers in this series, but they were dead last in opponent homers coming into this series. That's no longer the case. Fouled away, it will remain at 3-2. Lake Erie had the second best ERA in the league last year, and it's down to 13th. Least hits given up, 3rd least runs given up. Payoff yet again from Morse. There's a ground ball over to second base. Bat might have broken there. Throw to first from Jones is in time. Redfield will come in to score on the RBI ground out. That will make it 8-4.
Proud partner of Evansville Otters baseball.
Broken bat brought to you by Niehaus Lumber. Please, I'm begging you to get your lumber at Niehaus Lumber.
23.
Please.
Parks.
Please get your lumber at Niehaus Lumber. I will have to intervene if you don't. Paven Parks has a single and a fly out to left field. He singled, came around to score in the 4th inning. One of the 2 runs. Chase Cribble's warming in the bullpen for Evansville. First guy warming on either side. Colby Morse now 4 earned runs, a new season high, but can still get through 5 innings here and be in line for the victory. Slow roller back to Morse. He'll flip to first in time, and that's out number 2.
Center fielder, 20, Garrett Pike.
2 down. That'll bring up Garrett Pike. See if they want to get Cribble to just throw 2-3 innings in relief. Maybe like he got that start, 3 1/3, and help the bullpen out. Eckes pitched yesterday, so he is the only lefty bullpen arm that hasn't pitched in this series. One of two. Zenko on the IL right now. 1-0 to Pike. Fly ball into left field. Backing up a couple steps is Castillo, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. Another run comes in for Lake Erie on the RBI ground out from Williams. His first RBI is a crusher, but the Otters still up 8-4 on the Otters digital network.
Katie's going to judge him very nicely. Whoever does the best job will be your winner. Katie's ready? I know you're ready. Let's do it. Go! Look at you. You were sandbagging. I knew it.
information, visit valleyindiana.org. This is the Buffalo Wild Wings fifth inning.
Fifth inning is brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Bottomless appetizers, yes. Yes, indeed. Dine in only. Visit either Evansville locations, 5405 Pearl Drive and 715 North Green River Road for details. Sanchez is still out there. He's given up 8 runs, 7 hits, 7 earned runs. And he's back out there for the fifth inning. He'll face off against Lynn Scott, Mark Black, and TJ Salvaggio, 3 lefties. Not really too sure as to why he's still out there. Seems like an interesting choice, though, from the Crushers, but maybe the Otters can get a couple more runs off of him here before he gets taken out of the game. Both teams with 7 hits, but the Otters up 8-4. Lake Erie with the lone error. First pitch is a little low for ball 1 to Lynn Scott, who's 0 for 2. Grounder to second, a fly out to center in his 2 at-bats. 0 for 4 now against Sanchez this season. There's a grounder over to short. Throw to first from Mendez is in time, and that's out number 1.
The catcher, number 29, Mark Black.
Mark Black, 0 for 1, walked in the second, came around to score. Popped out over to Tobias in foul ground at first base for his first hit of the day. First pitch called a strike. Lake Erie has had 3 players make it to the major leagues. One of them we already talked about yesterday, Jared Koenig. He's currently on the Brewers. He's one of the good reliever with the Brewers. Take a look at Jared Koenig's stats right now. While we have the time was called. He was a 35th round draft pick from Central Arizona College, a very good college in Coolidge, Arizona. He was also with CSU Monterey Bay D2 school in the CCAA with Old Dominion as well. Played with Lake Erie in 2019. Had a 2.24 ERA in 104 and a third innings. This season with Milwaukee, he is pitching to a 9 ERA in 7 innings. He spent a lot of time with the Nashville Sounds in AAA. He's had a good past couple of years. 2024, 2.47 ERA with the Brewers and 2.86 last year. Something's going on with him this season. Fouled away, and it's a full count now, 3-2. He also played in the American Association with the Salina Stockade, who are now no longer existent. Also played in the Pacific Association and the USPBL. He's pretty much everywhere before making it to the league. Outside, and that's ball 4. Mark Black walks for the second time today. As the 5th walk issued by Sanchez. There is somebody finally warming in the bullpen. It's Jagger Duquette.
The shortstop, number 19.
That'll bring up TJ Salvaggio. The other 2 guys, though, Mickey Janis was the other guy who was on Lake Erie, made it to the league, and Chris Smith, who was on the Blue Jays for a year in 2017. Lake Erie won a championship in their first season and have not won since. They have made the playoffs in the last 2 years, though. It's not really looking likely, though, this season. A little away, and it's ball 2. Last season, they were swept in the wild card round against the Boomers. Boomers ended up making it all the way to the championship series. Grounder over to short. Mendez will flip to second for 1, on to first, and it's a double play. Well, that will do it for the 5th inning. 8-4 Evansville as we head to the 6th on the Otters Digital Network.
Fans, it's time for the Hoosier Lottery's jackpot toss. Otter staff will release Hoosier Lottery beach balls in the crowd. When the music starts, pass the balls through the crowd. When the music stops, everyone 18 or older holding a ball will win a $30 Hoosier Lottery prize bag. stop. Congratulations from Hoosier Lottery and the Evansville Otters. Otters staff will tell you how to claim your prize. Must be 18 or older to play and win. Please play responsibly. And make sure you stop by your local Hoosier Lottery retailer to pick up your Cash 5 ticket for tonight's drawing. Cash 5 estimated at $606,000. Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly. And it's time for the United Fidelity Bank 6th inning. United Fidelity Bank, the experience you need and service you deserve since 1914.
Top of the 6th inning, Colby Morse is out there for another inning of work. And it makes sense. He's only thrown 78 pitches. You might as well put him out there for another inning. If he struggles, take him out. If he doesn't, then he doesn't. Tobias, Acevedo, Chavez, the top three, leading off in the top of the 6th. Otters up 8-4. As we've already seen a decent amount of runs today on this very warm game 3 of 3. Winner of this one takes the series. If the Otters win, though, they will not be able to lose the season series. They'll get their 6th win against Lake Erie. And with a win as well, they can clinch at the very least, a 500 season. Now, not expecting the Otters to lose every other game after this, but if they win Tuesday against Washington, then they will clinch a winning record. It will be the 18th time that they will have a winning season in franchise history. Fortunately, Morse, though, will not get his 5th straight quality start. Was still possible, though, for him to get his 5th straight win if this score holds. First pitch outside for ball 1. Jacob Tobias is 2 for 2, 2 singles. He singled in the 4th, stole second base on the double steal, came around to score. 1-0 from Morse. Will miss for ball 2. There's nobody even warming in the bullpen anymore for Evansville. Cribble was out there, but no longer. Until now. Said something, and they immediately put somebody in there. And it will be Cribble yet again. 2-0. Called a strike. We're talking more about the Lake Erie playoffs. They've reached the playoffs 7 times. They made it to the championship twice. The championship in 2009, and then they got swept in the championship series against Schaumburg. Fly ball into deep center field. Going back on it is Ponder, and he's not able to get it. It bounces off the wall. Tobias is rounding second. He's going to take a wide turn. Stay there as he has a leadoff double to start the 6th inning.
Second baseman, 8, Luis Acevedo.
So 3 for 3 for Jacob Tobias today. That one just kept on carrying back and back. It almost got caught by Ponder. I think it went off of his glove. Oh, right off the top of the wall. That thing was 2 feet away from a homer. Now, Luis Acevedo will try to bring in another run here for Lake Erie. They've scored a run in each of their last 3 offensive innings. 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, and 1 in the 5th as the first pitch is inside for ball 1. Lake Erie now out hitting Evansville, but down 4. One-0. Fouled it back. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. And it's 1-1. Now, game 1 against Washington on Tuesday at 7:05 Eastern, 6:05 Central. If you're in another time zone, sorry, you're not getting it. You're not getting the time. You're going to have to figure it out yourself. A little low, and it's 2-1. Game 2 is at 6:05 Eastern, 5:05 Central, and then back to a 7:05, 6:05 Game 3. As Washington is quite odd. 2-1 from Morse. A little low, and that's ball 3. Possibly with the walk, might take Morse out, but it is Chavez who's a switch hitter than the righty and Mendez. Maybe waiting to take him out until we reach the top of the lineup might be the best case scenario. We'll see what the coaching staff does, though, for Evansville. They have a bit of a lead still, 8-4. Lake Erie just keeps on grabbing runs. Swing and a miss, and it's 3-2. Acevedo has a liner to center and a walk. Ended up getting out at the plate. After the Nixon RBI single he tried to take home, Salvaggio threw him out. Payoff here to Acevedo from Morse. High fly ball. It's going to go foul. Acevedo last season was with New Jersey. He's played also in the Atlantic League. Only 2 games with High Point. Got traded to New Jersey. He's been traded multiple times already in his pro career because he got traded to Lake Erie as well. Another payoff. There's a fly ball blooper. That's going to land fair into left field. Rounding third and coming in to score is Tobias. Throw to second base is in time. So the run comes in to score Tobias, but thrown out at second base is Acevedo for out number 1. Acevedo fights this one off, gets it to just land into fair territory. And Castillo didn't even really throw it too hard, just Acevedo, a pretty bad decision to try and go to second base there. That'll be the day for Morse. Not his best day out, but, you know, he can't always throw 7 scoreless. Morse still in the line for the victory, though, if this score holds. Nobody on. He will finish his day. 5 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Chase Gribble into the game. We'll be right back on the Otters Digital Network.
Otters with a call to bullpen. Chase Gribble in to pitch. Gribble's on the mound. Black behind the plate. It's powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Funds your battery needs. The Answer Auto Repair East. 2319 Laguna Road. 812-475-9000.
New pitcher into the game is Chase Gribble. Pitching change brought to you by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find all your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or give them a call at 812-4759K. Gribble has a 5.84 ERA in 12 1/3 innings, 7 walks, 7 strikeouts, whip at a 1.86. Bases are empty now after the single from Acevedo brings in a run, makes it 8-5 Evansville, but he got thrown out at second base. First pitch fouled away. Morris 5 1/3, 9 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 2 walks and a strikeout to end his day. Is the pitcher of record. Yo, 1. Little inside. Gribble through 3 1/3 scoreless. Got the start. Game 2 of the doubleheader against Gateway on Thursday. Helped the Otters pick up a sweep. Called a strike, and it's 1-2. Chavez for A&M International. His last collegiate season, he only hit 156 in 29 games. International is in Laredo, Texas, right on the border with Mexico. Had his best season, though, with Oklahoma Wesleyan. He did very well with OK Wesleyan. 364 in his last season there in 51 games. 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Gribble. One batter. He already has one strikeout, and that's out number 2 in the top of the 6th inning. Oklahoma Wesleyan in Bartlesville, Oklahoma, a little bit north of Tulsa. First pitch to Mendez is called a strike. Mendez has a walk and a hit by pitch. Hit by pitch brought in a run, so he has an RBI on the day as well, but he has no recorded ABs. 0-1 hits the zone. Cribble trying to make quick work of Lake Erie here to end the 6th inning. Otters up 3 yet again. They've been up 5 twice, and Lake Erie just keeps on bringing runs across and making it close, but never actually tying the game or taking the lead. The 0-2 just misses outside. So Lake Erie now 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. On the other side, Evansville 8 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Otters have been playing some good defense the second half of the year. A little bit inside, and it's 2-2. Did have 1 error yesterday, 1 error in game 1. They only have one. They have 1 error in their last 3 games. Still, it's better than how it was earlier this season. Popped up foul. American International University is D2. Grounder over to third. Gribble trying to get out of this inning. It is 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Back-to-back Ks. That time the heater. 88 is out number 3. So Gribble comes in, strikes out 2. And we will head to the bottom of the 6th. Lake Erie does get a run, though, on the RBI single from Acevedo, as it's now 8-5 Evansville on the Otters Digital Network.
3, 2, 1. The beer experience is a full taste of its lemonade. Its local moonshine is authentic Tennessee house-style spirit. We believe in craft and flavors are born from tradition that defy exploitation. And pioneering your experience, we're the way we see it. Because we've done do this. Oh, it did do this. Old funky moonshine is come on.
Jagger Duquette in to pitch. Duquette's on the mound.
We have a new pitcher into the game for Lake Erie, as Edwin Sanchez's day is done. He finishes with 5 innings, 7 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned, 5 walks, and 4 strikeouts. A lot of unfortunate season highs for him, including the runs and the earned runs. Jagger Duquette is the first pitcher out of the bullpen for Lake Erie. He has already pitched in this series. He has a 4.76 ERA and 11 1/3 innings. He's given up 8 hits, 6 earned runs, 12 walks compared to 8 strikeouts. He threw 2/3 of an inning scoreless back on Friday. And he's looking to keep the Otters at bay here offensively in the bottom of the 6th inning, but the Otters have been hitting the ball very well. And it's the top of the lineup leading off: John Ponder, Amani Jones, and Logan Brown.
Jones leadoff batter of the game. Center fielder number 3, John Ponder.
Ponder's reached twice. He has a walk and he reached on an error. Came around to score both times. In the first, he grounded out to second base. Still has yet to get a hit today. First pitch, very slow curveball called a strike. Duquette from Bristol, Connecticut. He was at Bridgeport, Wagner, and Southern Connecticut State his 3 seasons. There's 3 schools, I should say. There's a base hit into center field from Ponder. Now, Ponder hits .377 against lefties, but he gets the hit against a righty first time he sees him today.
Number 12, Amani Jones.
Either way, Ponder on first with nobody out for Amani Jones. Duquette spent most of his collegiate career with Wagner. Bridgeport was in 2020, shortened season there, didn't pitch too much, but 3 seasons with Wagner after that, 2021 to 23, before spending his last season in 2024 with Southern Connecticut State. Duquette will step off before throwing the first pitch to Jones. Otters leading at 8-5. Lake Erie has scored a run in each of their last 4 innings of offense, 2 in the 4th. Runner goes on the first pitch. Throw to second is going to be in time, as Ponder seems like he overslid the bag a little bit. Might have jammed something. And Ponder coming off, not really putting too much movement into that right arm. Might have been the one that he just jammed. He probably would have been safe if he didn't overslide the bag, but we'll see if he's all right. Either way, the caught stealing is going to put one out on the board and empty the bases for Amani Jones, who takes ball 1. Hopefully Ponder's all right. Don't want another injury, especially after what happened with Dennis Pierce yesterday. So that one's fouled away, and it's 1-2.
That overhead foul ball brought to you by Hetz Construction. Choose the best and never regret it.
Duquette had a 3.67 ERA in 56 1/3 innings. 8 walks, 55 strikeouts. He has more walks this season in 11 1/3 than he did in 56 1/3 last year. In 2024. Two. That's ripped down the line, but foul. Amani Jones was a conference first team selection last season with Millersville, .343 average. 6 3-hit games. D2 CCL Atlantic second team selection. Opposite field foul ball this time. It'll remain at 2-2. Spent 7 games with the Staten Island Ferry Hawks in the Atlantic League before this season, his first full season in pro ball with Evansville. Stevenson for 3 years before that, Millersville for 2. There's a fly ball into center field. Making the catch over there is Pike, and that's out number 2.
Designated hitters. Number 28, Logan Brown.
2 down, and that'll bring up Logan Brown. And a very warm Sunday afternoon here. It said 93 on the weather app. I don't know if that's changed. First pitch swing, and there's a fly ball into right center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Logan Brown, third hit of the day today. He's 3 for 4. He's driven in 3 runs as well. 3-hit game number 8 on the year, and he's at first with 2 outs for Marcos Gonzalez.
Third baseman, number 2, Marcos Gonzalez.
Still says 93 on the weather app. This feels like 94, which I don't think is true because of the humidity. I think they're lying to us. Gonzalez has a 2-run homer and an RBI single. He's also driven in 3 runs. First pitch called a strike. Marcos Gonzalez does have a multi-home run game this season. Back on June 2nd against Mississippi, he hit 2. That's hit a long way into left field, but it will go foul. Now quickly 0-2 here. Now Duquette has not given up a home run yet this season. The 0-2. Little inside. Now Gonzalez, Salvaggio, and Castillo, the only 3 with multi-home run games. Just had somebody join the back-to-back club in this series. Pearson Quitzer back on Friday. That's ripped down the line. That is a fair ball. It's going to get all the way into the corner. Rounding third is Logan Brown. He'll get the stop sign there. As Marcos Gonzalez, also a 3-hit day. As the double puts runners at second and third with 2 outs for Blake Robertson. Double brought to you by Deerhead Sidewalk Cafe and Bar. B-Rob a chance to bring in a run or 2.
Number 31, Blake Robertson.
So Logan Brown and Marcos Gonzalez have combined for 6 of the 10 hits that the Otters have so far today. First pitch from Duquette to Robertson is a little outside. Gonzalez now a triple away from the cycle. See if he gets one more at bat. He most likely will. So we're on cycle watch here. 1-0. Called a strike, and it's 1-1. Gonzalez is the only guy on the Otters with multiple triples this season as well. See if he gets it. Fun. Just a random cycle on a nice Sunday afternoon. A little low, and it's 2-1. Robertson is 0 for 2 as a strikeout and a line out to Acevedo at second. Also a walk. Everybody in the lineup has reached base except for Linscott. Two-1 from Duquette to Robertson. Outside, it's ball 3. Walk loads the bases for Castillo. The Otters have 2 cycles. They don't have a cycle in 22 years since 2004. That was the last time. O.J. Garza. Everybody remembers O.J. Garza. That's called a strike, and it's a full count 3-2. Second one was David Robinson. David Robinson, like the basketball player? 1997, David Robinson against the Kalamazoo Kings. 3-2, there's a fly ball into left center field. That's going to get into the gap. 1 run will come in. Here comes Gonzalez. Robertson's into second base. The Otters put up a 10 spot. 2-run double for Blake Robertson, and it's 10-5. 11th double of the year for Robertson as both of those runs come in. And it is a 10-5 ball game. The Otters are back up to a 5-run lead. Leading by 5 for the 3rd time today. And that'll bring up LG Castillo. They were up 5-0. They were up 8-3, and now they're up 10-5. 38 RBIs now for Robertson. First pitch to Castillo, a little high for ball one. For Duquette, that's the third time he's given up multiple earned runs. He's now given up 8 earned runs this season. 1-0. Grounder over to short. Mendez bobbles it. As a recover throw to first is in time, and that's out number 3. 2 more runs come in for Evansville. This time off the bat of B-Rob. 10-5 as we head to the 7th on the Otters Digital Network.
So the Otters have a quick road trip out east, Tuesday through Thursday, but don't you worry. The Otters are back at the ballpark on Friday for the start of the 3-game series against the Florence Yalls. Join us for how to get pronunciation for this Oktoberfest. That is on Friday, featuring an Otters Stadium Cup giveaway. It's a handsome item, I tell you that. Get here early to get that Stadium Cup giveaway. Star Wars night on Saturday with specialty jerseys that will be up for auction on Dash. And then a Sunday family fun day. Visit social media for more information. Take us to EvansvilleOtters.com or call 812-435-8686 and ask for Devin. This is the Jacobs Pub 7th inning. Jacobs Pub is proud to support the Evansville Otters in Jacobsville neighborhood. Be sure to visit First Fridays on North Main, Jacobs Pub at 607 North Main Street.
Top of the 7th inning. 6th inning was brought to you by United Fidelity Bank, the experience you need and the service you deserve since 1914. The 7th, though, Chase Cribble is back into the game after striking out the only 2 batters he saw. Jagger Duquette giving up 2 runs, and the Otters putting up a 10 spot here in Game 3 of the series. They lead it again by 5, 10-5, as it will be the top 3 in the order: Nixon, Redfield, and Williams, leading off for Lake Erie. First pitch called a strike. Otters now 10 runs on 11 hits. Got 4 of them in the bottom of the 6th inning, including Blake Robertson's 2-run double. Scored both Logan Brown and Marcos Gonzalez. 1-1 now. So that one missed a little low. Pitch to Nixon is hit a pretty hard ways over into Sammy's corner, but not fair. Nixon with NC State. Best season was in 2023. Hit his first homer of the season off of Rhett Lauder. He's now in the major leagues. 1-2. And by far his best season. That one's inside with Memphis. Transferred there, hit 365, 15 multi-hit games. Had a hit in 18 of his last 22 games of the season. A little low and away for ball 3. Lake Erie's going to get somebody warmed up in the bullpen. Now, Nixon, out of high school, spent 2021. He played for the Pro 5 Baseball Academy as a post-grad. He had offers from D2 schools, but decided to go post-grad instead, and it ended up working out for him. He ended up going to NC State, but he also had a couple more offers from schools like Georgia Tech and Clemson. Also, a couple summer collegiate league seasons. Coastal Plain League, Valley League, and the MLB Draft League. That is called strike 3, and Nixon goes down looking to start the 7th.
That's a German-American bank strikeout, and that is our
A lot of German-American bank strikeouts. 3 straight for Cribble. as that'll bring up Joe Redfield.
Match 5 coupon. Winners must be 18 or older. Play ball with the Hoosier Lottery. And please play responsibly. Left fielder, 16, Joe Redfield.
3 hitters faced, 3 strikeouts for Cribble. Joe Redfield is 2 for 3, has a single and a double, has driven in a run and scored. First pitch is called a strike. High, pop up left side of the infield. TJ Salvaggio has a read on it. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 2. With how efficient these first 2 outs have been, Cribble could get the 8th inning as well.
Right fielder, 9, Sharon Williams.
Cribble's season high now, 3 strikeouts, and it took 3 batters for him to get it today. Had only struck out multiple batters in 2 other games. His first game against Sussex, he struck out 2, but also gave up 6 earned runs and then struck out 2 in 2/3 scoreless on the 29th of July against New York. Williams 0 for 3, but has driven in a run with an RBI groundout. 0-1 is fouled away, and it's 0-2. Could get a 4th strikeout here.
Choose the best and never regret it, ladies and gentlemen.
The most strikeouts in a game by a reliever on Evansville's side is 4 from Morrissey. He's done that multiple times. Thebe's also done it once. 0-2. Another one fouled away.
That's another overhit foul ball brought to you by Hess Construction. Choose the best like Devin and never regret it.
Not many close games going on in the Frontier League right now. Fly ball into center field, right center. Ponder will make the running grab, and that's out number 3. 5 up, 5 down for Cribble. Out of the bullpen as we will stretch as the Otters lead it 10-5 on the Otters Digital Network.
It's time to stand up, stretch, and sing. I tried to get Gavin, he said no. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, and we'll root for the Otters. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Nicely done. Let's get some more runs.
Hopefully everyone has been standing, stretching, ready to go here for the rest of this one. We might see some more runs. Never know, the Otters have already scored 10. They've had 4 innings out of 6 where they've scored multiple runs. Linscott leads it off, then Black and Salvaggio. Bottom 3 leading off in the bottom of the 7th inning. Jagger Duquette still out there. Gave up the 2 earned runs, 4 hits in 1 inning. There is a defensive switch for Lake Erie.
Ladies and gentlemen, defensive changes for the
Paven Parks is at short. Chayton Krause is at third. So Mendez is out of the game. Parks to short. Kraus is in the game over at third base. As that one is fouled back, and it's 1-1.
You might need another balloon.
1-1 here to Linscott. So Kraus most likely will take Mendez's spot at the bottom of the order. 2-1. Still James Jett, Jared Watkins, Samuel Benjamin on the bench. For Lake Erie, the Otters have Blake Barthol, Chris Quitzer, Dre Dirksen, and Dennis Pierce. So we're going to miss it. It's 2-2. Park's a very versatile player. He is a utility guy. He plays pretty much everywhere, including pitches. He can pitch. 2-2 here from Duquette. Outside for ball 3. Linscott is 0 for 3 today. A couple of grounders and a fly out to center. Payoff. Check swing over. No go. Good take from Linscott. He leads off the 7th with a walk.
That's Satir Head, Sidewalk, Cafe, and Bar.
That's the 6th walk given up by Lake Erie pitching. Walks brought to you by Deerhead Sidewalk Cafe and Bar. Mark Black, he's walked twice already today. Just 0 for 1, the pop out over to Tobias at first base. Linscott on first. First pitch to Mark Black is called a strike. Linscott 12 for 16 on stolen bases. Oh, 1 here from Duquette. Fly ball into center field. Garrett Pike will make the catch, and that's out number 1. Linscott will head back to first base.
Number 19, TJ Salvaggio.
A Cribble 1 2/3 hitless with 3 strikeouts. Nobody warming in the bullpen. He'll most likely get the 8th inning as well, as there's more lefties up next. All of them lefties, actually. Parks, Pike, and Tobias leading off an inning for the 3rd time today. TJ Salvaggio has a home run already today. 2 RBIs after an RBI ground out, but a double play grounded into in his last at-bat, and there's a runner at first with 1 out here. Otters up 10-5. On a very warm Sunday afternoon. The 0-1. Fly ball, right field. Running after it is Williams, and he'll make the running grab for out number 2. Didn't think he had a chance to get that one, but he ran all the way to the Otters bullpen to make that catch. Back to the top of the order, John Ponder.
Center fielder, number 3, John Ponder.
Ponder got a base hit, but got caught stealing second base. Seemed as though he was kind of hurt in the arm area. Good jump from Linscott. No throw as he takes second base. But good to see Ponder didn't get taken out of the game. Seems to be all right. A runner in scoring position here with 2 outs for Ponder. The 0-1 from Duquette. Fouled back. This is the 3rd game where Evansville has scored double digits against Lake Erie. They've scored 9 against them twice. They had back-to-back 18-run games on June 16th and 17th, the only other 2. Ground ball over to short, Pavin Parks. Throw to first on the run, and it's not in time. So that throw takes Tobias off the bag. And Parks is going to get charged with the E6 as everybody's safe. Ponder's at first. And at third is Linscott.
Second baseman, number 12, Amani Jones.
So Ponder has reached 4 times, and 2 of them have come on errors at short. First and third, 2 outs. Amani Jones, a chance to bring in another run for the Otters. That one will miss low and in. Otters have not led by more than 5 today. Another one in the dirt. Good scoop, though, from Chavez. Stopping a run from coming in from third. Monty Jones so far 1 for 3. Couple flyouts to center. Hit a single in the fourth. Came around to score. Also walked in the second inning. With Linscott's walk, everybody's reached in the starting lineup today. 2-0. There's a grounder. Base hit into right field. Linscott will come in from third. And it is 11-5. Monty Jones gets his second hit of the day. Otters have their largest lead of the day, 6 runs, and that'll bring up Logan Brown.
Number 28, Logan Brown.
Logan Brown already has 3 hits today. Two 4-hit games for Logan Brown. Both of them 4 for 5s. Swing and a miss for strike 1. 4 for 5 with a double on July 29th against New York. 4 for 5 with a double, a homer, and 5 RBIs, which is a season high on June 28th against Florence. Doesn't have a 5-hit game yet. That would be kind of crazy. The 0-1 from Duquette. Now giving up 3 earned runs. There's a ground ball over to first base. Tobias will toss it over to Duquette, who covers the bag for out number 3. 3-1 put out is the third out. Another run, though, comes in on the RBI single from Amani Jones, as we'll head to the 8th, 11-5, Evansville on the Otters Digital Network.
Introducing first, in the blue we've got Carson, in the red we've got Knopf, and they are fighting for their grandpa. He's not sick or anything. Today's his birthday, the big 5-0 or something like that. Wish grandpa happy birthday is what we let us put on out there. So they're going to sumo away. Whoever knocks the other one over is the winner, and it is the supreme grandson. The other one gets rolled into the river. Brought to you by Carson. I mean by bring me off Robert's Comfort Food. You guys ready? Set, go! Oh, that was easy. He just gave a pedigree. Your winner, Carson. That was weak, Knox. That was weak. Sumo is brought to you by Robert's Comfort Food. I'll get used to it. Savor the flavors of the South at Robert's Comfort Food in Evansville, and don't miss their Friday fish fry featuring all you can eat crispy fish, hush puppies, fries, and coleslaw for only $18. They're now located at 1125 North Freedom Road and always online at robertsbytheriver.com.
Let's take a look here at the scoreboard. It is a 2-run first, a 3-run second, a 2-run fourth, a 2-run sixth, and a 1-run seventh that have brought the 11 runs across for Evansville. On the other side, it's 1 run in the third, 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth. For Lake Erie, they have 5 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. That error does come back to bite Lake Erie as another run comes in for the Otters. Otters have 11 runs on 12 hits with no errors. That run to Duquette is unearned, by the way. It's Parks, it is Pike, it's Tobias. 3 lefties up against Cribble. pitching very well so far today. 1 2/3 hitless with 3 strikeouts. Pavin Park's first time facing Cribble today. 1 for 3, singled in the 4th, came around to score. There's a fly ball into deep left field. Going back is Castillo, and that one is gone. Opposite field home run for Parks. Homer in back-to-back games for him. And it is 11-6. Park lefty goes to the opposite field, hits his 18th home run of the season, 68 RBIs. And that will bring up Garrett Pike. Otters do have somebody warming in the bullpen. Same thing with Lake Erie. Joe Morrissey is warming for the Otters. First pitch from Cribble to Garrett Pike is called a strike. It's Ben Petchke in the bullpen for Lake Erie. The 0-1 to Pike. Check swing, and he did go around, makes it 0-2. Pike before Louisville was with Toledo for 3 seasons. Last year, 2024 with Toledo, he hit .360. First team All-MAC Conference. 59 games, hit 21 homers, drove in 55 runs. Fly ball into right field. Linscott dives, and he makes the catch! What a play in right field from Sam Linscott.
Catch of the game. Every great team brings precision to the field. We bring it to your home business. Call 812-999.
That is beautiful.
Or visit Precision Pest One.
Saving extra bases from
The Standard.
Garrett Pike. That is out number 1. That'll bring up Jacob Tobias.
Jacob Tobias.
First pitch called a strike. You saw right after the catch from Linscott, the entire bullpen all hands up celebrating that one. Take a look at it one more time. See Robertson put his fist up there in celebration. 0-2 here to Tobias. So Garrett Pike robbed of extra bases on a great defensive play by Linscott in right field. Now the 0-2 to Tobias. There's a fly ball into left field. Castillo can't make the play. Held to a single is Tobias. If it would have had back-to-back diving catches, that would have been insanity. It lands right out in front of Castillo, though, and Max Peterson will come out and make the change. Bring in Joe Morrissey to face the righty in Acevedo. So we will take a quick break. Still, even with the home run given up to Pavin Parks, a decent outing out of the pen for Chase Cribble. Otters still have a 5-run lead, as we'll take a quick break on the Otters Digital Network.
Otters with the call to the bullpen. Joe Morrissey. Into pitch. Morrissey's on the mound. Black behind the plate. Inspired by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Located at 2319 North Green River Road in Gilmore Hall.
We have a lot of changes in the scores around the Frontier League. But first, Joe Morrissey is into the game. 4.1 ERA in 37 and a third innings. He's given up 38 hits, 17 earned runs, 12 walks, and 42 strikeouts. He had a scoreless inning on Friday against Lake Erie with a strikeout. Fourth time now facing off against the Crushers. He's going to get the eighth, maybe the ninth. The Otters are not in a save situation right now, still up by 5. Might just have Morrissey come in here, get these 2 outs, do the ninth, and we'll get on going to Washington. Cribble for now finishes 1 2/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. Take a look at the stats, though, for Morrissey, 1.34 whip. Acevedo up first against Morrissey with a runner on first after Tobias' single. Time called. There is a ball on the field all the way in left field. You see where the guy's running? How did it get that far away? How bad of a pitch was thrown? Maybe it was just blocked away. First pitch from Morrissey. Swing and a miss for strike 1. It is Ben Petchke. I do very much like Ben Petchke. Apologies to Ben Petchke. We'll blame the catcher. We'll blame the catcher. Oh, 1 from Morrissey's fouled back. To be fair, if you take a look at the corner, the ball gets past the catcher, and the catcher doesn't even touch it. It will go really far into the field because of the way the wall it is. There's a foul ball. Oh, 2. High fly ball into shallow right field. Jones will give way to Linscott. A little bit of an easier catch for him this time, and that's out number 2.
The catcher, 28, Nick Chavez.
Too easy. Too easy. Give him another diving play. That'll bring up Nick Chavez, the switch hitter, still batting from the left side today. Tobias on first, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 8th inning, a run already in for Lake Erie on the Pavin Park solo homer, but Otters still up by 5. First pitch, swing and a miss. Question for the audience. We were talking about this in the press box earlier today. What are the logistics behind calling yourselves the Grapes when you're called the Crushers, supposedly known for crushing grapes? You're called the Crushers, but you call the Grapes crushing grapes. It doesn't really make sense. It's 0-2 though to Nick Chavez. I'm assuming by the logo the grapes are crushing other people, but I get that doesn't really make sense though. That'll miss. So maybe people are crushing grapes and the grapes are surviving? But how do you get survived getting crushed? A little outside. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. I will get to the bottom of it, though. We do play Lake Erie again here at the end of the month. Last home series of the regular season. Because in the logo, the grape is holding a bat, so I'm assuming the grape is crushing somebody else. As the check swing almost nails Kraus, who is in the on-deck circle coming in for Mendez. How can the grape wear a hat as well? How does that make sense? How big is the grape? 2-2. Fouled away. It's not a lot working out here. Not a lot's adding up. I understand the the Otters don't actually they could throw a baseball if they wanted to. The Otters logo has an otter throwing a baseball, which you can do. The Grapes do not wear hats. That's the issue with Lake Erie. Another foul ball. And Grapes can't hold bats. It's not possible. This is a fraudulent logo. I might be losing my mind. We are 84 games into this season. I think we finally reached the point of no return. 2-2. Fly ball into shallow left field. Salvaggio makes the catch, and that's out number 3. So Morrissey comes into the game and gets the last 2 outs to end the top of the 8th. Pavin Parks hits a home run, but the Otters are still up 11-6 heading to the bottom half of the 8th on the Otters Digital Network.
For the Legends Day brought to you by AZ Pizza. We've got our 3 legends over in the right field area. Evan the Outer, Benjamin Bossy, William Henry Harrison put me to work today. As they're going to race around the warning track to this here finish line. Whoever wins is your winner. Pretty obvious. Make your bets. Legends, are you ready? Get set. Watch out for the players and go. Evan coming on strong. Your winner, Evan the Otter.
Lake Erie from the bullpen, 31, Ben Petschke into pitch. Petschke's on the mound. Chavez behind the plate. Which pitch battery
It's Ben Petschke yet again. He pitched yesterday. He's back out there in the opposing uniform after spending the entire season with Evansville. Added here 6.29 ERA in 63 innings pitched. Had a little bit of a rough outing yesterday. He didn't record an out, ended up giving up 1 hit, 3 earned runs. No walks, no strikeouts. It was his 3rd outing with Lake Erie. He spent most of the season, mentioned, with Evansville, facing off against all of his former teammates, including Marcos Gonzalez. Gonzalez is a triple away from the cycle. See if he can get it done here. First pitch from Petschke is a little high for ball 1. Homered in the 1st, singled in the 4th, doubled in the 6th. Also struck out in the 2nd inning. He's 3 for 4. Him and Logan Brown both have 3-hit games. 1-0 will miss. Petschke, 24-year-old from Wexford, Pennsylvania. Was in the Astros organization for a while. Fouled back. Now, Petschke still has the longest outing by an Otter this season through that 8-inning game against Gateway on May 28th. Nobody's gone 8 innings since then. 2-1. That will miss outside for ball 3. Gonzalez also has driven in 3 runs today. RBI total up to 61 from the 58 that he had before the game. That will miss for ball 4. And Marcos will reach for the 4th time today. No cycle, but still take a 3-hit game. Gonzalez extending his team lead in 3-hit games. That is his 13th 3-hit game of the season. Robertson hit a 2-run double in the 6th inning, his last at-bat. Ended up giving the Otters a 10-5 lead. First pitch will miss high and away for ball 1. Robertson upping his RBI total to 38. Top 4 in the order for Evansville all have multi-hit games. Brown and Gonzalez have driven in 3 runs. Robertson's driven in 2. So is Salvaggio. So that one's fouled away, and it's 1-1. Petchke missed the entirety of last season with injury. He was with the Fayetteville Woodpeckers. Got released by them on March 13th, 2026. Signed with Evansville most of the season there until he got traded. A little inside, and it's 2-1. Get a 6.62 ERA and 35 1/3 innings with Fayetteville in 2024. That was after his 2023 at Samford. Fouled away. Signed as a UDFA, though. Samford, he had a all SoCon second-team selection. It came out of the bullpen there. Starter most of the season with Evansville. His last outing with Evansville was August 4th against Joliet. Through 5 innings, gave up 8 hits, 6 earned, walked 3, got the loss. As Robertson fouls one off himself, and it's 2-2 still. Gonzalez on first, nobody out here. 2-2 from Petchke to Robertson. Grounder, diving stop at first by Tobias. Throw to second for 1. Throw to first is going to go all the way to the fence. A great play at first base by Jacob Tobias. Gets the first out and the leadoff runner.
Left fielder.
Take a look at this. Diving stop over there. Throw a little wide back to first, though, from Pavin Parks, but Robertson didn't really even make an attempt to go to second base. So he's at first now. He trades places with Marcos Gonzalez. 1 out for LG Castillo. First pitch fouled off to the right side, out of play. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Castillo has a double, came around to score in the second. Since then, 2 strikeouts and a grounder to short. There's a grounder over to third. No play from Kraus at second. His throw to first is in time. And that's out number 2 as Robertson will move to second base. Sam Linscott looking for his first hit of the day. Him and Mark Black, the only 2 in the lineup without a base hit. The Otters overall have 13 hits. It's been a good day offensively for them. They had a good day yesterday offensively, but Lake Erie just scored a couple more, especially with the Pavin Parks home run. Now they lead it by 5 here in Game 3, looking to win another series. If this score holds, Lake Erie will still have only won 1 series since July 22nd. Has only had 1 series win since June 22nd. Grounder back to Petchke. Doesn't know where the ball is, and he has no play anywhere. So now first and third. That pitch nearly hit Petchke. Right back up the middle from Linscott. He almost caught it like right there too, but he bobbled it. And by then, Linscott was already basically at first base. Mound visit, though, between him and Chavez. First and third with 2 outs. Mark Black. Now the only one without a hit after the single for Linscott. In a lot of the series losses for Lake Erie, they have won a game. They tied a series against Florence last time. 1-2 against Down East, 1-2 against New Jersey, 1-2 against Gateway, twice. They had 4 straight 1-2 series coming out of the All-Star break. They've only swept a team once. They swept Joliet May 19th through the 21st. They've only been swept twice, which is crazy considering they're 15 games under 500. They usually find a way to win games, but at least one of them in the series, but they usually can't win them. 0-3 against Windy City, June 12th through the 14th, and then they got swept by Sussex. And to be fair, so did the Otters. So 0-2 from Petchke is outside. Wonder how it feels for Mark Black. He caught Petchke for a lot of this season. One, two. Just misses low. Fastball 92, and it's 2-2. Mark Black trying to bring in a 12th run here. Looking like Morrissey's going to get the 9th. That is down the line. Is it fair? No, just barely foul. As it heads into Sammy's corner. We'll do it again at 2-2. Now Mark Black has no hits. He's 0 for 2, but he does have 2 walks. So he has reached twice. He's also scored. Scored back in the second inning. Otters have 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 3 in the fourth, 2 in the sixth, 1 in the seventh. Looking for 1 in the 8th here against Petchke. The 2-2 grounder foul yet again. Good snag by Kraus. It's one of those days where it's just, we're all just kind of moving along. Feel like it's, the heat is kind of making everybody a little delusional. And I'm definitely not, I'm not immune as well. I feel as though I'm losing sanity quickly. 2-2. There's a fly ball in a deep left field. Redfield will make the catch, though, and that's out number 3. Well, Mark Black gave it a little bit of a ride, but didn't quite have the distance. We'll head to the 9th. Otters 3 outs away from a win in Game 3. Morrissey's back out there. It's 11-6 on the Otters Digital Network.
Right across Morgan on the corner of Morgan and Main. You're still hungry when you leave. Go over there and get some barbecue. We've got a couple teams here on the left in Zayden, Briggs, and Turner. On the right with the uphill battle of Jackson and Keegan. Let's see if they can pull, who can pull the little green string over the edge of the coach's box first. They will be your winners. You guys ready? Your winners, Zayden, Briggs, and Turner.
We'd like to give a big thank you to Ballet Indiana for being today's nonprofit sponsor. For more information, visit balletindiana.org. Skip the line and make them the company of your own home. Self-service options at Heritage. Heritage, proud partner of Evansville Otters baseball. This is the McMahon Exterminating 9th inning. Remember, hooking up with all your pest control needs. McMahon can.
9th inning and the 8th inning brought to you by McMahon Exterminating. Remember, who can help with all of your pest control needs. McMahon can. He can. He can. Joe Morrissey is looking to get the last 3 outs here in Game 3 and give the Otters a series win. It would be their 11th series win at home, 17th overall.
Leading off.
And it would put them at 51-33, which means they cannot finish over 5 or under 500 this season. They can definitely finish over 500. That most likely going to happen. Chayton Krause leads it off. First pitch called a strike. Came in as a defensive replacement for Mendez. Mendez was at short. Parks moved from third to short, and Krause took over at third. Foul ball, and it's 0-2. It's a very warm Sunday afternoon. The bats were warm as well for Evansville. They were hot. The Otts, they're hot. Called strike 3, and Morrissey gets out number 1. Not a good curveball that hits the zone, gets Krause looking. Back to the top of the order, Chase Nixon.
Back to the top of the order, designated hitter, 7, Chase Nixon.
Nixon 2 for 4, has an RBI. Struck out looking against Cribble in his last at-bat. First pitch is called a strike. So this score holds. Morse gets the win. Will advance to 5-0 on the season. What a start to his pro career that Morse is having. Fortunately, Sanchez will get the loss. Move him to a 6-6 record as that one hits the roof and comes back onto the field. 1-2 now to Nixon. Otters would have a 6-3 lead in the season series. With 3 games to spare, they just need one of those and they'll win the season series. These two teams play again August 28th through the 30th. Last home series of the year before we head to Down East for 6 games. And then potentially the playoffs. Just a little low and away, and it's 2-2. Nobody's clinched the playoffs quite yet in the Frontier League, but Quebec and Washington are getting close. 2-2. Fouls one off himself. Otters are getting pretty close, too. Pretty sure that if they wanted to, they could clinch next week. That would have to, everything would really have to go right then, though, for that to happen. Another 2-2 from Morrissey. Fouled away. Good at bat here for Nixon. A lot of foul balls so far against Morrissey. Another one. Well, it's 13-8 Schaumburg over Florence. I thought we had a high-scoring game. Apparently not. This they're doing some crazy stuff over there. That's high, and it's ball 3. Schaumburg wins, and the Otters win. The Otters are back 2.5 games up on Florence in the division in the wild card race. Windy City looks like they're going to beat Joliet, though. It is 8-0. Fouled away, and it's going to remain at 3-2. Gateway gave up 8 runs in the 5th inning, and they're now down 13-4 against Ottawa. Brockton's winning 2-0 against Down East, and Sussex is down 10-5 against the New Jersey Jackals. 3 games have yet to start. Another payoff from Morrissey. And it's called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts looking for Morrissey, and Lake Erie is down to their final out. 6th strikeout for Otters pitching. Redfield the last hope here for Lake Erie in Game 3. First pitch is called a strike. Redfield is 2 for 4. Has reached 3 times. Has a RBI single and a double. Came around to score in the 5th inning. High fly ball into left field. LG Castillo is under it, fighting the sun. He'll make the catch, and the Otters win. Evansville takes the series against the Crushers, win 2 of 3. How about a 5-1 homestand for the guys as they advance to 51 and 33 on the season? They cannot finish under 500. They can't do it. It's impossible. Win their 6th game against Lake Erie, 6 and 3 against them this season. As we await scores from Florence to see if we will be 2.5 games up on Florence in the wild card, or whether it will just be back to 1.5. Either way, Otters did their job. Offensively, they were fantastic. They had 11 runs on 14 hits. We had a lot of multi-hit games. Ponder had 2. Jones had 2. Brown had 3. Gonzalez had 3. Brown and Gonzalez also had 3 RBIs each. Robertson had 2. Salvaggio had 2. We had homers. We had singles. We had doubles. We had walks. Good game from the guys overall. Very good game from the guys. And Chase Cribble, good job out of the bullpen. Colby Morris had roughest start of the season, but he still manages to get the win. He's 5-0. Still off to a great start in his professional career. Cribble, 2 innings, only 1 run given up, 3 strikeouts. Morrissey finishes the job. On the other side, Edwin Sanchez finishes with 7 earned and 5 innings, a new season high. Petchke throws a scoreless inning out of the pen. Jagger Duquette gives up 3 runs in 2 innings, but they had a lot of good hitting, though. Nixon, Redfield, Parks all had 2 hits, and Jacob Tobias 4 for 4 on the day. So, it's warm, afternoon game. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Everybody here at Bossy Field with the Evansville Otters. I'm Evan Patoka. We'll see you on Tuesday. We have an off day tomorrow back in Washington, so you won't see me on the booth camp until Friday against Florence. We will see you on Tuesday at 6:05 Central for Game 1 of 3 against Washington.